Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Imratus Salihah. I'm from English department, especially NA class. Here I want to fulfill my task of teaching learning theories. Well, for this occasion, I would like to explain you a little about educational psychological theories. What is psychological educational theories? Educational psychologists study learns and learning contexts, both within and beyond traditional classroom, and evaluate ways in which factors such as age, culture, gender, and physical and social environments influence human learning. Delivered educational theory and practice based on the latest research related to human development to understand the emotional, cognitive, and social aspect of human learning. Educational psychology can influence programs, curricula, and lesson development as well as classroom management approach. Well, educational psychological theory includes psychoanalysis, behaviorism, cognitivism, ecological, humanism, and Islamic education. Well, the first one is psychoanalysis. What is psychoanalysis? Psychoanalysis is a study of the unconscious mind, which deals with mental health disorders. And the second one is behaviorism. What is behaviorism? A theory of learning which states all behaviors are learned through interaction with the environment through a process called conditioning. Thus, behavior is simply a response to environmental stimuli. In behaviorism, any one person can easily be taught or trained to act in a dependent manner given the proper amount of conditioning here. And the third one is cognitivism. What is cognitivism? Cognitive learning is a style of learning that encourages students to use their brains more effectively. This way of learning encourages students to fully engage in the learning process to learning. Thinking and remembering get easier and easier. Cognitivism, it means the way people think impacts a person's behavior. Next, the fourth one is ecological. What is ecological? Learning is not a confined internal process but instead involves mutually constitutive relationship between individuals and their environments where both person and environment are transformed. According to social culture line of reasoning, the individual actively relates to environments of various natures, and those relationships then become internalized to form a part of how a person knows and develops. In ecological, humans classify their lives into the 5 stages. And next, the fifth one is humanism. What is humanism? The humanistic theory approach engage social skills, feelings, intellect, artistic skills, practical skills, and more as part of their education. Self-esteem, goals, and full autonomy are key learning elements in the humanistic learning theory. The idea of student-created learning is an example of the humanistic learning theory in actions. In humanism, every human has control over one's actions, freedom, attitude, as well as behavior. And the last one is Islamic education. Well, what is Islamic education? Education in Islam is twofold: acquiring intellectual knowledge and developing spiritual knowledge. Divine revelation, and spiritual experience. According to the worldview of Islam, provision in education must be made equally for both. Acquiring knowledge in Islam is not intended as an end but as a means to stimulate a more elevated moral and spiritual consciousness, leading to faith and vital action. There is some principle of Islamic education. The first one is the most widely used word for education in a formal sense is ta'lim, from the root alima, which is used to denote knowledge being sought of imparted through instruction and teaching. Then tarbiyah, from the root rabba, implies a state of spiritual and ethical nurturing in accordance with the will of God. And then ta'dib, from the root aduba, suggests a person's development of sound social behavior. What is meant by sound requires a deeper understanding of the Islamic conception of the human being. And the second is, from an Islamic perspective, the highest and most useful model of perfection is the Prophet Muhammad. The goal of Islamic education is that people be able to live as he lived. And the third is education in the context of Islam is regarded as a process that involves the complete person, including the rational, spiritual, and social dimension. As noted by Sheikh Muhammad An-Nakuib Al-Attas in 1979, the comprehensive and integrated approach to educational in Islam is directed toward the balanced growth of the total personality through training man's spirit, intellect, rational self, feelings, and bodily sense, such that faith is infused into the whole of personality. Okay, I think enough. Thank you. The last for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.